Did you see Floyd Mayweather sparring yesterday?
I don't know who that kid is.
Well, the kid is like a decent boxer. I guess he's a YouTuber. The kid had an excellent account of himself because even though Floyd was tagging him, he didn't shy away. He kept moving forward. Amazing. His understanding of where the punches are coming. Look at that counter. His understanding of, is that the dude he boxed?
Yeah, he's talking about the video.
Oh, let's hear him say it. What he's saying.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that. That was like a perfect body shot.
And he touched you with that.
Days.
Yeah,
Even
just
then
touched
people
him.
go, oh, Jesus.
If he wanted
got
to
a good-
take you down with that liver shot, he would have taken you down.
That guy's got a great sense of humor about it. It's very funny how he's laughing about it.
How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era.
The debate is raging on Terence Bud Crawford versus Floyd Money Mayweather. Two masters of the fight world, two eras colliding, and fans can't stop asking the question, what would happen if they ever shared the ring? Crawford, the undefeated switch hitter with ice in his veins and power in both hands, against Mayweather, the defensive genius who made legends miss and retired with his perfect record intact. Experts are already breaking it down from every angle: speed, precision, ring IQ, legacy, and the boxing world is buzzing with predictions. So how would this dream fight play out? Let's break it down.
I can't say enough about him. As far as I'm concerned, pound for pound, Terence Crawford is the best on the planet as we speak right now. He's the man.
And Floyd hasn't stopped training since retiring to keep up with challenges that fighters like Crawford can bring, which had Joe Rogan in disbelief of what he was watching as footage surfaced of Floyd Mayweather sparring a young YouTuber turned boxer. Despite being in the ring with one of the greatest defensive masterminds in history, the kid held his own, showing composure, pressing forward, and even landing a few sharp counters. Rogan pointed out how impressive the challenger's awareness and punch anticipation were, especially given the gulf in experience. Sure, Floyd was tagging him with trademark precision, but the fact that the youngster didn't fold under the pressure had Rogan nodding in respect. Now, this shows a few chips in his armor, which might surface in a fight against Crawford. Then there's Terence Crawford, who didn't shy away when asked about being compared to Floyd Mayweather. He said Floyd was the best in his time, and now he's the best in his own time. No need to compare the two. Calm and confident, Crawford made it clear he's focused on his own legacy, not chasing someone else's. And while some fans wonder if he'll ever move up to light heavyweight, he laughed it off, saying that's not in the plans.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
However, when asked who would come out on top in a dream fight with Floyd Mayweather in his prime, Terence Crawford kept it simple. He's backing himself all the way. While he has huge respect for Floyd and even calls him one of his favorites, Crawford made it clear that when it comes down to it, he believes he'd be the one with his hand raised.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Experts too have their opinions on who they side with, and Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back when talking about Terence Crawford's place in boxing history. In his eyes, Crawford isn't just great, he's the best fighter on the planet, pound for pound. He pointed out that in the four-belt era, nobody else has done what Crawford has, becoming undisputed not once, not twice, but 3 times across multiple weight classes: 140, 147, and now 168 pounds. Smith stressed how rare that is, especially beating bigger, stronger opponents and making them respect his power. With sharp jabs, smart distance control, and unshakable composure, Crawford proved he can do it all. For Stephen A., that resume and dominance put him above even Floyd Mayweather.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect.
But he made it clear just how special Floyd Mayweather was, calling him one of the slickest defensive masters in boxing history, who was so sharp that opponents couldn't even touch him cleanly. He brought up the Canelo fight as proof, where Mayweather's reflexes were so on point he slipped a punch and toyed with Canelo in the process. But while Floyd's defense was legendary, Stephen A. argued that Terence Crawford is doing something even more remarkable by climbing through weight classes and beating bigger, stronger fighters without losing his edge. Crawford has shown he's on a different level. Against Canelo, he not only held his own, but dominated the later rounds, showing why he's the man to beat and the true pound-for-pound king right now.
You know, Floyd did great things, and he was untouchable, and I still think that he's one of the marvelous, if not the most marvelous defensive fighter we have ever seen. You know, you got cats that can take a punch. With Floyd, you couldn't punch him. That was the problem. You couldn't find him, okay? It was one time when he fought against Canelo, Canelo literally swung, and Floyd tapped him and said, "I'm behind you." That's how magnificent of a defensive fighter Floyd Money Mayweather was. But in saying all of that, Terence Crawford moving up multiple weight classes, that's different. That's transcendent. To look the way that he looked, moving up against a dude that, this is Canelo we're talking about. Canelo will put you to sleep now. He ain't had a knockout since 2021, but the brother's spectacular and only had 2 losses in 35 fights and has never, ever been knocked out. But to go in the ring against him and to outclass him, particularly in rounds 10, 11, and 12, because I had it 5-4 Crawford after the 9, and then he won the last 3 in my estimation. To see him doing what he did, it was really impressive. He's that dude right now, make no mistake.
After the fight, even Canelo himself admitted as much, saying Crawford might be better than Floyd. He explained that no matter how hard he trained or how much he tried, he just couldn't figure Crawford out. The speed, the movement, the timing, the power, Crawford had everything. Frustrated but honest, Canelo called him the complete fighter, someone who knows exactly how to control every moment inside the ring.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
Roy Jones Jr. took the conversation even further, questioning Floyd's place among the all-time greats. For Roy, Mayweather doesn't belong in the top 5, maybe the top 10, but not higher. While he respected Floyd's skill, he criticized the timing of his biggest fights, saying too many of his opponents were past their prime. He argued that Cotto was already fading. Pacquiao didn't get his shot until after being knocked out by Marquez, and outside of Canelo, Floyd rarely tested himself against opponents at their absolute best. In Roy's eyes, that's the difference between being great and being truly legendary, and it's why he feels Crawford's path may already stand above Floyd's.
Is Floyd Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5.
10.
He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. Yeah. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. No. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question. That's the only way I said it.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I agree.
All right, so that's not great fight. That's not on your level. Who else? Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that.
Roy Jones Jr. doubled down on his point, stressing that Floyd Mayweather never really fought an opponent who was his true equal. He wasn't saying there was someone out there who definitely would have beaten Floyd. He admitted he couldn't name a fighter who could, but he believed Floyd avoided the kind of challenges that defined other greats. Roy brought up Shane Mosley, who nearly caught Floyd even at 38 years old, and Oscar De La Hoya, who was past his best yet still gave Floyd a close fight many felt could have gone either way. He compared that to legends like Oscar and Pacquiao, who fought everyone in their era, taking on the biggest names at their peaks. To Roy, that's the key difference. Floyd was brilliant, no doubt, but he didn't chase the same level of risk, and in his eyes, that keeps him below the very top tier of all-time greats.
Who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not going to say who
because
would
I can't name a person.
I'm not going to say who would have beat Floyd, like I said. I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney. He fought Shane Mosley at 38 years old, and it still was a good fight while he left. Shane almost took him out at 38. He fought Oscar De La Hoya at an old age, and we still ain't sure, if you go look at the fight, I'm still ain't sure who won that fight.
That was a close fight.
Close fight. But this is an old Oscar De La Hoya.
But it's not.
Wait. This is an old Oscar De La Hoya. If you were all-time great, do you suppose Oscar De La Hoya didn't do that when he fought did he fight Chavez? Yeah.
Yeah,
he beat him. Now Oscar De La Hoya did struggle when he fought Pernell, because I'm not sure he won that fight.
Yeah, I got Pernell.
But he came back though, and fought bigger fights. He fought everybody he could have fought.
Oscar fought everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Oscar fought everybody.
Pacquiao fought everybody.
Yeah.
At his time.
Could it be this? Could it be that Floyd didn't have an equal?
He did. He did.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, stop. What's the guy named in the wheelchair right now?
Paul Williams.
He could have.
On the other hand, Jim Lampley pointed out that Floyd Mayweather's style carried shades of Sugar Ray Leonard, full of craft and precision, and he sees a similar quality in Terence Crawford. But with Crawford, he went even further, calling him a modern-day Sugar Ray Robinson in terms of mentality. Crawford, he said, has that rare ability to switch gears instantly, charming and composed one moment, then ruthless and fiery the next, a psychological edge that sets him apart from almost everyone else.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire.
Andrew Tate is firmly in Mayweather's corner, calling him the best fighter. For Tate, what made Mayweather special isn't just the undefeated record, but the way he approached the sport, clinical, calculated, and precise. He admired how Floyd removed ego from the equation, choosing longevity and intelligence over reckless brawling. Mayweather didn't care if fans thought his fights were boring. He cared about winning, protecting himself, and securing massive paydays every time out. To Tate, that discipline and focus on the bigger picture is exactly why he respects Mayweather so much and sees him as the blueprint for success in boxing.
Some of them are fighters. Like, I always loved Mayweather. I think Mayweather's the best boxer in history.
Really?
Yeah, I liked Mayweather. I was a huge fan
Best
of Mayweather.
boxer in history.
Yeah.
Ahead of Ali.
Yeah. I mean, Ali's Ali, right? But Mayweather's never lost. He's never lost to anybody. And I liked him because he was so clinical and so precise. And he took his ego out of it and said, I want to have a longer career than everyone else. So I'm going to focus on not getting hit and hitting him. I may not get the knockout. All right? I don't need the knockout. I've won. Just win, clinical, chess. Win, payday. Win, payday. Your fight was boring. 100 bill, whatever. 100 mil, whatever. Yeah, boring. Cool. Next, win. He was really smart. So I like Mayweather. He's someone I've always looked up to and I really respect.
Shane Mosley, who actually fought both Mayweather and Canelo, offered a different angle. He admitted that while Canelo impressed him at a young age, Mayweather was the more technically sound fighter at the time. But looking at the sport now, Mosley gives the edge to Terence Crawford. With his longer reach, natural size, and all-around skill, Mosley believes Crawford would have the tools to beat even Mayweather in his prime. In his eyes, Mayweather was the king of his era, but today, that crown sits firmly on Crawford's head.
You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound.
I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Now it's over to you. Who do you think is the true GOAT? And who comes out on top if Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather ever shared the ring? Drop your predictions in the comments below and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fight breakdowns, hot takes, and all the latest from the fight world.